We're going to start in child's pose. Child's pose. Take your knees wide, your big toes together. Yep. A good old body. See how the good old body is this morning. We're chatty. We got a lot to say. Okay, so drop your seat back, energize your arms. Let's have them forward this morning if that's available. Yep. Connect to your breath. Slide your seat back so the bum area touches the base of the feet. You good? Good. Energetically reach your arms forward. Yeah. So there's a lift of your forearms, guys. It's happening already in the practice. So the arms are starting to set up. So I want you to stay down in this child's pose, but just walk your hands over to the right just a little bit and place the left hand on top of the right. Yeah. So it's a subtle side body stretch. So everything in this practice is like you work within what your body's limitations are for today. You want to give enough so you get what you need, but don't give too much that you're completely, it's a crash landing at the end of the class. Right. It's finding that happy balance, which is why we all practice yoga. Crawl your hands back through center, and the same drill. You're going to walk them over to the left. If you went the wrong way, just go the opposite direction. This time the right hand will slide on top of the left if that's available. Your forehead's still down, so if you feel like you're lifting up out of the pose, just, backtrack a little. Crawl your hands back to center. Re-energize, straighten it out. Activate your hands, your thumb, your index finger, your baby finger. You're already beginning to feel. You feel the activation of the outer triceps. Curl the toes into the mat. You're going to come up into a little hovering pose. So you're hovering your knees from the ground. Your arms are active. Your toes are curled into the mat. The knees are hovering, and it's like a hovering tabletop. Good. The pit of the belly draws in and up. Your neck is neutral. Your dristi, your focal point, that's where you're looking, is just a little forward. Start to slowly lift your hips up and back to your first downward facing dog. Take up a lot of space this morning. I feel like we need to take up a lot of space. Yes, it's okay to take up a lot of space in your yoga practice. Hands are maybe the width of the mat, depending on your shoulder tightness. Index fingers are always forward, maybe even a little bit turned out. Your feet are roughly hips width distance. Yeah. And I know for myself, some days when you practice, your hamstrings or lower back are tight or more sensitive. So pay attention to that. And if you need to soften behind your knees, please do so. Spread the toes wide. That's going to activate the front of the shins. And then go ahead and breathe your hips way up off your shoulders. There you go. You want to get out of the shoulder girdles. Let the shoulders move away from your ears. Roll forward to a plank. So roll forward like a big ocean wave. I think we have to have a better visual than the rain outside. So let's envision the ocean. And lead a little with your heart and chest this morning. Perfect. Now, if you get here and you're like, it's not working out for me, know that you can modify. Separate your hands a little so there's shoulder width distance. Yeah, the outer triceps grip and the neck is neutral. The second you look in, you're going to round. So we want to create length. Pay a lot of attention this morning to the pit of your belly. Draw it in and up. Activate the sides of your legs and drive more weight forward. So everybody bring their weight more forward. Fix your eyes on something that's not moving. And then hips go up and back, down dog. So now you kind of found your sweet spot, hopefully. Roll forward plank. Yeah. Lead with the heart and chest if that's available. Modify with the knees down if you need to. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Good. Forward to a plank. Drop your knees down on an angle. Bring your weight a little bit forward and lower halfway to a supported push-up. So yoga push-ups, elbows slide by the side body. They don't wing out. So different than, a push-up that maybe you would do in a workout or a training setup. Re-straighten your arms. Those were fun for you. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Never want to see people get out of push-ups so bad. Roll forward plank. Plank, 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 plank. Halfway to your push-up of choice. So go back to that modified version if that was kind of your speed. Re-straighten your arms. Wow, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. They're looking great. Let's breathe. Let's change gears here. Let's breathe the right leg up and back. Yeah, let's change gears. Yep. Point your right toes. Good. Come forward, hug your right knee towards your navel. So teaching yoga is just as much as reading your room, as much as, anything. Like a stand up. Look forward with your eyes, step your right foot forward and through. Take a nice big juicy step this morning. Come to your fingertips. Feel the length and the strength of your back left leg. Feel that right hip rip in, and then spring to the top of the mat in one piece. So Amy's got some blocks here at the front. This is a nice way to take it if you feel tight or injured. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold into yourself. Let your head go. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. So move with kindness. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Let your head just go. Long spine on the inhale. If your hands don't make it, you have to bend your knees. Take a nice big step back with your right leg. And then left leg joins the party, plank. What did you find? I know, but better than a pad. So taking one of the pads out because it was uneven. Halfway to a push-up. I mean, I found underpants in my, in the yoga towel. Revisit plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe your left leg up and back. Dry your sheets or nothing. Yeah. Come forward, hug your left knee in towards your navel. Arms are straight up and down, and you're trying to drive your knee closer towards the center line of your body to activate. Now look forward with your eyes and step your left foot forward and through. Be on your fingertips. Pause. And then spring to the top of the mat in one piece. You can practice with your feet a little separated if you want. Long spine on the inhale, hands compress into your shins. Exhale, fold. Oh, wow. Root to rise, come all the way up. Like great. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive in half over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to set you up. Big step back with your left leg. Right foot joins plank. So just really clean, basic movement. Halfway to a push-up that works for you. Listen, if you're suffering and struggling already, drop your knees. This time, peel yourself through an up dog or a baby cobra. Pick your poison. If back is sensitive, maybe you're lowering to a low cobra. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Look where you want to go. Step, float, skip. Maybe it's more of a crawl to the top of the mat. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer at the top. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine to set it up. You're going to step. If you're feeling kind of spicy and want to hop back, you can, but you have to land in a low push-up. Just step, plank, halfway to a push-up. The up dog is smooth if you're taking it on. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Arms stay active. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. Long spine to prepare. Exhale to fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive in half over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step, float through your vinyasa of choice. The up dog is smooth if you're dragging yourself through it. No jerky motions. Hips go up and back, down dog. Each one starts to get a little better. At least that's our hope. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. One more. Long spine. fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through your version. Adding or subtracting push-ups, taking out back bends. Meet me in a downward facing dog. Breathe your right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Point your right toes. Come forward, drag your right knee in towards your navel. Give it a good yummy squeeze. Keep looking forward. Step your right foot forward and through. Come to your fingertips, pause. Drop your back knee down on an angle. If this aggravates your knee, just slide that thigh back a little bit or pad something underneath the knee. Yep, pause for a second. Rise to a supported lunge. When you come up, if your left knee is kind of jammed into the mat, slide it back a little so you're getting a little heavier in that front thigh, kind of strengthening and lengthening that psoas. So drop your hands down and flip your palms behind your back so it looks like this. So you're getting the cupping of the shoulder blades together. It's a subtle back bend. And kind of crawl your fingertips up your back and pause here. Keep the neck very neutral. So you're applying a little bit of pressure from the palms into the lower back, vice versa. And definitely a subtle squeezing of your shoulder blades together to begin to open up that heart center. Get a little heavier in that front thigh. Let the thigh bone slide back into the hip socket, not the knee joint jam. Good. Unravel your arms back up towards the sky. Let the blood flow. Take the fingertips down towards the mat. Integrate the back left knee up off the ground. You're back in that low lunge. Yes. Let the right thigh bone slide back again. Rise, high lunge, crescent lunge. Same drill. To come up first, kind of settle in here. If you feel like your hip points are dragging a lot forward and down, you may need to soften your knee just a little bit, the back left leg. Drop your arms alongside your body, same drill. Hands slide up your back. So it's a little awkward because you're more inclined to bring the fingertips down. You're less inclined to bring the fingertips up. You're creating this back bend of choice. Perfect. Stay with that. A little bit of pressure, kind of beginning to open that front line, getting heavier in that front leg. Keep the torso where it is. Just sweep your arms out and up. Drag your hands to prayer at heart. You're going to lean forward about 2 or 3 inches and pause. So you're in a hovering lunge here. You're going to air twist to the right. So you're going to air twist to the right. And what I mean by an air twist is nothing's hooking, nothing's twisting. You're just kind of this hovering state. The right hip has a tendency to want to extend out, so hug it in. And the back leg, you have to zip it up. Look to the floor and take the left fingertips down to the floor or a block, and the right arm peels open towards the sky to an easy twist. Now, if having the right arm open towards the sky doesn't feel good, that's good. Right hand will come back to the flat part of the back, and maybe that's where it needs to stay today. Rather than looking back, look sideways, look up. Stay with it. A couple more breaths. So as you twist, the twist action is happening through those little baby ribs. Your spine doesn't twist. The spine has to stay straight and support the movement. Right hand comes down to the mat. Listen, if you got 2 blocks, that's great. You're going to claw the mat or the block, and you're going to float up to a standing split. I haven't taught this in ages. So you're going to fold over your front right leg. Now, if I showed you a picture of my standing split, you would know that it's okay if that leg is bent, right? It doesn't have to be pretty, but it does have to be neutral. So the spine drops down and the pelvis stays neutral. Soften the shoulders away from your ears, bend your right leg more, make a connection between your stomach and your right thigh. That's what we're looking for. How high that back leg is lifting is irrelevant, not important. Come to the fingertips, long spine, and pause. Keep that left leg in space. Now, I want you to turn your left foot out like you're going to step into warrior one, but don't do it yet. So set it up like you're setting up for a warrior one in space. Now, from here, you'll step back warrior one and just see if you can land your feet and then rise. Good. Half the battle is visualizing the body going into the pose, being in the pose. Spin the left ribs forward. If the left ribs feel a little stuck, you may need to turn your back toes. Take a bigger step, hon. Your right hip swings under. Your left ribs move forward. Your feet are anchored. Your side body is long. Hands to frame your front foot. To a plank position we go. Halfway to a push-up if you're taking them on. So I don't know what's happening in your bodies this morning, but so you have to be the guide. Up dog if it's available, or cobra, or take it out. No one cares. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Now, the goal for me is to remember all that. Okay, so good luck, God bless. Let's breathe the left leg up and back. My daughter said to me, she's like, sometimes people tell me stuff and I don't remember what they tell me, like a couple days later. And I was like, dude, welcome to my life. Yeah, come forward to plank. I'm like, it's happening for you at 10 though. It's not a good sign. Hug your left knee in. Hug it in, hug it in, hug it in. Pause. Don't be in a rush. The second your breath stops, everything shuts down. Look forward with your eyes. Land your left foot forward and through. Perfect. Drop your back knee. It's on an angle. Then rise. Woohoo. This side doesn't feel so good, huh? Yeah. Listen, if the knee is jamming into the mat, you have to slide the leg back so you can get a little heavier in that thigh. Drop your arms down. Let's slide those fingers up the back and create that little back bend and see if you can begin to cup those shoulder blades together. There's a pressing of those palms. So Kristen, if it's not as great, you just kind of like, don't take it as tight. You could just kind of have your hands here, hands on hips, same action of events. Extend your arms up towards the sky, reset. Hands to frame your front foot, pause. Integrate that back right knee up off the ground. Stay low for a second. Make sure your stance feels long enough, wide enough, supportive for you. Your left hip hugs in, your back leg zips up, and then let's rise. High lunge, crescent lunge. Good, so come up first and kind of evaluate. Your left thigh bone slides back into the socket. You're not jamming any of your weight into your knee. Good, drop your arms alongside your body, slide your hands up your back, fingers kind of crawl facing up. There you go. So you're creating a back bend. It's subtle. Your neck is staying attached to your body, so don't drop your neck back. That's you, Jody. Yep. Stay with it. Re-extend the arms up. Drag your hands to prayer. Lean forward 2 inches, pause. Then air twist to the left. You need to modify, please modify. So the action is that the spine is long and you're taking this subtle movement. It's isometric. Heavy in that front thigh, back leg zips up. Look down, right hand to the floor, left arm peels. Easy twist. Are you breathing? Yes, you're alive. Today's Tuesday. It's a good day. It's a rainy day, but you're making the most of it because you're here doing your thing. Yep. 2 more. Left hand to the floor, pause. So neutralize your pelvis first. If you need blocks for the standing split, please set them up. They're directly underneath your shoulders. You'll kind of launch forward, lift your right leg up, and fold. So when you fold over your front left leg, bend your knee a lot. If there's a huge space between your stomach and your thigh, make it a little easier for yourself. You can bend your left leg as much as you need. Your right leg's only lifting as high as the hamstring's gonna go. Did you get a little dizzy? Just not into it. That's okay too. I get it. I get it. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Come to the fingertips, long spine, pause. Keep that spine nice and long, guys. Turn your right foot out like you're setting up for warrior one, but don't go yet. Other direction, Jody. Turn your toes in, then step back. There you go. Turn your toes out. Perfect. Warrior one, first warrior. Heavy in that front thigh. Grip your left hip in. Activate your back leg and steer your right ribs forward. Hands to frame your front foot. Let's hit the plank. Plank position. Chaturanga push-up. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. Long spine, fold, chair pose with excitement and joy. Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. So from the top, it's a clean slate, always. Arms go straight up, heavy in your heels, chair, sit deep. The weight always moves back to the heels and the spine has a natural curve. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through a vinyasa. The up dog is a very smooth transition. If you're taking it out, do a double push-up or just meet in a down dog. The right foot lands, the back foot turns. We come up together as one unit. Let's rise. Warrior one. Warrior one, right side. Hands to frame your front foot, chaturanga push-up. The upward facing dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. The left foot lands, the back foot turns. Let's rise together, warrior one. Hands come down to frame your front foot, chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Press firm through your hands. Your arms are straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. Long spine. Fold. Chair pose. Weight moves into your heels. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Get out of your own space. Yeah, get out of your head. Arms go straight up. Heavy in your heels, chair. Weight moves way back. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare yourself. Step or float through your vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. You having fun? Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot lands, back foot turns. Rise on your breath, warrior one. Come up. You have to anchor with that back foot. It's the driving force. Back down we go, chaturanga. The goal is to build some momentum. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot lands, back foot turns. Rise, come on up. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Smooth transition through your up dog. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Arms are straight, press firm through your hands. Hop your feet to the top. Long spine to prepare. Exhale, fold into yourself. Heavy in your heels for chair. Weight moves way back. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. The only thing that's stopping you is your mind, right? So breathe and move. Arms go up, heavy in your heels, chair. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through your vinyasa. If you're a little slower or a little faster, no one cares. Just move with your body. When you hit your down dog, the right foot lands, the back foot turns. We come up together, rise, warrior one. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot lands, back foot turns. Come on up. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Feet come together at the back of the mat. Let's lean out and lean on our left hand to our side plank Vashisthasana. Yeah. Modify if you need, drop your bottom knee. So any way that you know you can find a side plank that works for you. So maybe the bottom knee needs to come down. Top arm straight up or up and over. Looks good, Karen. Slow transition to plank and pause and plank. Separate your feet so they're about hips width distance. Yeah, plank position. In plank position, you're gonna tap your right hand to your left shoulder. Do it slow and try not to move your hips. The right hand comes back down. You're gonna tap your left hand to your right shoulder. Bring it back down. So you're gonna go like that, nice and slow. Hand comes back down and you tap. Good. Bring your weight more forward and try not to sway your hips as you do it. Do you need to modify the knees? Can drop as an alternative. You got it. I'd like the hands when they come back down to the mat to come a little closer. Jody P, lengthen your tailbone, bring more weight forward towards me. Perfect. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, breathe. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips go up and back, down dog. Feet come together at the back of the mat, roll forward to plank, lean on your right hand, Vashisthasana side plank. So your version, everyone's versions are different. I want you to find one that you know you can like own. Right. The deepest expression may not be something that suits you. Flex your feet, drive into the mat. Good. Slow transition to plank. Separate your feet, hips width distance, drop to your forearms. Your forearms come down. Yep, don't clasp your hands. Have your hands separated apart, lengthen your tailbone. You're going to claw your right hand forward. It's like you're sliding energy forward, bring your forearm back down. You're going to claw your left hand forward and bring it down, back down, all in that forearm plank. You can modify with your knees down. If this is too much, go back to what we did the first time. You could repeat, Kristen, what we did before with just tapping the shoulders. You can do it with your knees down. Yep, look forward. Allie, look forward with your eyes. Claw it out. Yep, slow movement. Slow movement. Lengthen your tailbone. 5, 4, 3, 2, nice. 1, forearm plank. One hand at a time, plank position. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Let's look where we want to go. Step or float to the top, get there light. Long spine, fold, root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Just stand for a sec. Stand for a sec, feel. Stand for a sec and feel. You got this. Arms go straight up towards the sky, heavy in your heels. Let's hit chair. Yeah. Drag your hands to prayer at heart. Inhale your breath. Let's hook and twist towards the right. If you prefer that air twist type of setup and it feels less aggressive in your low back, that's fine. Don't go as far as deep into the pose. It's not needed. Work on your feet, your shins, your knees, your feet, everything like aligning itself. Look sideways, look up. Chair pose, pull it around. Stay heavy in your legs. Drag it back to prayer. Inhale your breath. Exhale the breath. You're going to turn and twist towards the left. Same deal. Yeah. You don't got it today. The legs aren't happy. That's okay. Watch that the right knee isn't sliding past the left and you're in good shape. Keep the weight back in your heels. You're in good shape. Spine stays long. Neck is neutral. Be kind. Just tap into the breath. Chair. Pull it around. Dive over, bend knees, forward fold. Isn't that great? It's over. Long spine to prepare. Exhale, step or float through a vinyasa of choice. Up dog pulls you through. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Step your right foot smack in between your hands. Turn your back foot on a sharp angle. Let's cartwheel open warrior 2. Warrior 2. Woof. You seem thrilled to see warrior 2 today. Wrap your inner right thigh open. Make sure your stance is long enough, wide enough. I always look at my feet after doing this for like 100 years. Your right foot, it feels like 100 years. Your right foot forward, you turn your back toes on a little bit of an angle. You just make sure you're intersecting, so your energy is together. Yeah, soften the shoulders down the back. Lengthen your tailbone and sit like you're sitting in a squat pose. There you go. Close your eyes and just kind of let yourself become the posture for a few more breaths. Stay with it. Roll your right thigh open. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. So when you do this, I just want to point out that it's not a back bend. It's a side body opener. You should feel it along the front side of the body. Come back through warrior two. Reach out and slide your hand to the outside of the foot this morning. So a block is really great for this. If reaching to the floor or a block doesn't work in your body, arm can rest to the top of the thigh for a modified version of extended side angle A. Now, having the left arm straight up towards the sky is kind of where we're going, or the arm can wrap up and forward. Hand can also just as easy sit on the hip. If the arm is wrapping up and forward, there's a strong line of energy, looks nice, Pam, from the outer blade of that left foot all the way through those fingertips. Your right hip grips in super strong. Your right ribs turn. So David, turn your right ribs towards the mirrored wall and you're in good shape. Something happens when that arm goes forward, like you tap into like a wide world of excitement in this posture. So if you're doing that, breathe. Keep rolling your right thigh open so you continue the efforts of the hip opener. So you'll look down and together we'll step up into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Your hand is already on the block, so it's an awesome transition. You just have to kind of move forward. Your hand can slide to your left hip if you need that. You can grow open. It's all good. You know what's important? That you're here. No one's judging what you do, how much you do, what the effort is in the posture. You made it to the practice, you're on your mat. That's all that counts. So remind ourselves of that. If you fall from the posture, it's just yoga, you do it again. Keep your right foot forward though. Make sure it's not turning in. That's a biggie. Your right hip has to do a lot of work. Soften behind that right knee and stack open. Anything that you're adding to kind of make it your own, please do that now. We're holding on for a few more breaths. If you bound, release the bind. Listen carefully. The transition is fun, a little tricky. I think you can do it. You're going to step into triangle. Step right back, move the block with you. If you need it, pull up on the front of that right shin. Nice job. See, you nailed it. Right ribs turn, left arm stacks open. You kind of grow big here. Two more breaths. Anchor through your feet, squeeze your inner and outer thighs, and lengthen your side body. Take it to the floor plank position. When you hit the plank, lower your knees, your chest, your chin to the floor. Sliver forward to a baby cobra. When you're in cobra here, slide your hands back a little. Yeah, there's a hooking in of those shoulder blades. Perfect. Peel your chest, anchor your feet, press your feet down. Let's do it with the feet down this morning. Feet down, feet down, feet down, like someone's standing on them. And then lift just your chest. Good. Lower your forehead, take a breath in. Good. Keep your arms the way they are. Now curl the toes into the mat, integrate your kneecaps up off the ground, press to a low push-up chaturanga from the ground up. Then press up plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. Step your left foot forward. Smack in between your hands, turn your back foot on a sharp angle, rise warrior two, come on up. Warrior two, big, bold, badass warrior two. Yep. Wrap that inner thigh open. Rainy yoga equals sauna yoga. Yes, always. It's just sweat. Good. Opportunity to kind of peel away the crap that we build up. Close your eyes and kind of breathe into it. Sit deeper. Soften the shoulders down the back. Feel the inside of that left thigh rotate to the outer part of that left baby toe. Anchor that right leg and straighten out your side ribs so there's no turn. You're stacked even, or as even as you can. Were you collecting tension? Let go of it. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Let the side body get the length and the strength, not the low back. Come back through warrior two, reach way out and slide your hand to the outside of that left foot, or maybe arm to the top of the thigh is where it's at today. The block can be low, it can be medium, it can be high. What we're looking for is the outside of that left leg and the inside of that left arm making a connection. Karen, take a bigger step. I think back foot, and then turn that right foot a little forward in, and then kind of work with your block to set it up. So you're tracking your left knee over your left ankle. Right hand could be on hip. Right arm could be straight up. Right arm can wrap up and forward. Doing okay? Yeah, you don't like me too much. It's okay. Turn your bottom ribs. At least you're laughing. Yeah. The moments that you get to be in the posture are a gift. So stay, quiet your mind, and utilize your breath. Right arm straight up or hand to hip. Look down and step up into your Ardha. Make it a seamless transition as you can. Grip your left hip in. Flex your right toes. Add in anything that you did on the other side just to be consistent, or keep it super basic and simple. Totally fine. Wrap the left side of your body a little more forward. Grip the standing left leg in. Lighten that bottom hand. Yeah, that's good. Any embellishments that you added, release. Now the transition together is a slow step back into triangle. So see if you can just kind of visualize it and step back. Great. Pull up on anywhere along the front of that left shin. Utilize a block if you feel like that supports the pose better. Reset if you need to. There's no rights or wrongs. There's proper alignment. Lean back just a little bit. Awesome. You want your shoulders sliding down your back like you're in a side plank. Yeah. So if your left shoulder is kind of coming forward, we need to remind ourselves, shoulders slide down the back. 2 more. Plank position, hit the floor running. Chaturanga push-up. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Look where you want to go, step or float to the top of the mat. Get there light. Long spine. Fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Standing on your right leg, please. Draw your left net leg up like a 90-degree angle. You don't have to use your hands. Yep. Good. Left leg just bends up. You're on your right leg, guys. Everyone's standing on their right leg. We're in business. Take your hands to prayer at heart, okay? From your upper torso. So upper torso is thoracic. So think about from your belly button up. You're just going to start to turn a little bit towards the left. You might not go a lot. You just maybe a little bit. Handstand prayer. You're just working on balancing on that right leg and turning. Open up your arms. Open up your arms. Now, that back left arm may feel a little jammed up for some of you. So option 2 would be to have your hand on the flat part of your back if it doesn't feel good. Staying like this, or reaching down, grabbing the outside of that left foot with the right hand, or right hand to the outside of that left thigh. Kick the leg forward if you have that nature. If not, just stay. The version of this to standing up tall is what we're aiming for. Look sideways, look back. Pull around to center. Arms up, leg up, stay. Yeah. Good stuff. Step back into warrior one. So just glide back, warrior one. Warrior one. Yep. Arms stay up. Straighten your right leg on track. Step your back foot in just a tad. Good. Stay like this. The legs are straight and the arms are straight. Take your hands again to prayer. You're going to turn a little bit towards the right. Open up your arms and pause. Reach out and slide your left hand to your right shin or a block to the instep of the foot for twisting triangle. If having the right arm open towards the sky doesn't work again, hand to the flat part of your back. Steer your hips back, Pam, so your right hip, drift it back. Yeah, anchor through your feet, scissor your inner and outer thighs, and let's twist open. Your breath kind of carries you into the pose. So if you're taking shallow breaths, it's going to be hard to get any sort of movement. Create the space that you need, and then exhale the breath, twist a little deeper. Fold over the right leg, let it go. Yep, keep that front leg a little bent. If that feels better, exhale the breath, breathe your right hip up and back, anchor that back leg. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Let's step to the top of the mat in one piece. Long spine on your inhale, exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Standing on your left leg, carry your right leg up without using your hands to a 90-degree angle and pause. What I like about doing this way is that there's something for everybody, okay? So if the heat's getting to you, back out of the pose and just work on balance. Hands are in prayer. Keep your right leg up at a 90-degree angle and just start to turn your torso a little bit to the right. As the turn starts to happen, maybe the hands stay in prayer. Maybe you can open up your arms. It's like more of a floating dancing Shiva. And then decide, do you want to add the hand to the outside of that thigh? Do you want to add the hand to the outside of the foot? It's all up to you. Maybe just upright and staying in space is where it's at. Looking sideways, looking back into that hand. In this case, you can look back. Keep lifting that leg though, so it's at a 90-degree angle. And if you fall, you try again. Pull around to center. Arms up, leg up. Arms up, leg up. Lift the leg a little higher. Arms stay lifted and elevated. Giant step back, warrior one, and pause. Anchor your feet, get proper placement first. Arms stay nice and straight. Straighten your left leg on track. You may need to step your right foot in about an inch. Take your hands to prayer at heart. Legs are straight, back toes on a nice angle. Start to turn just your torso a little bit towards the left, hands in prayer. And then open it up so you're in the standing position. Legs straight, arms straight. Then we start to reach forward with that right hand, and you reach out as much as you can so your hand meets the floor, the block, the shin. I like the shin. Left hand can slide to the flat part of the back. Good. Twisting triangles where we're at. Yeah, left hip, everybody steer it back towards my voice. Hand may need to stay on hip. Totally fine. Feel like someone's got you by a bungee cord and they're pulling you back. Yes. Be a yes today as we twist a little deeper for two more. Hands to the earth, fold over that left leg. You have to bend into that left leg a little bit in order to fold. This is just basic Parsvo where you fold. Back leg stays rooted, front leg can have a little bend, shoulders are softening. Plant the hand, step to a down dog. When you hit your down dog right here, like an ocean wave like we began, glide forward plank. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog is smooth. Pull yourself through your body. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward for crescent lunge. Stay with me. Something's coming for you. Someone's coming for you. Drag your hands to prayer. Lean way out. Hook the elbow and let's twist. Yep. Grip your right hip in. point your right elbow more towards the sky and let your shoulder slide down your back. There you go. Zip up that back leg. Lean back a little, Karen. Crown of the head lines up with that back leg. This pose gets you good. Grip that right hip in, breathe into the twist for 2 more. Nice, Jay. Looks nice. Hands to frame your front foot, pause. Bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. You can bring the blocks with you. Walk your right foot over to the right. If anyone's listening to the song previous, it didn't line up with the actual pose, but I tried really hard. Yes, drop your back knee down for a moment. Drop to your forearms if it's available to you. Lizard. Yes. Start with your knee down because you know what? A lot of us need that. Now, right foot can turn out a little on an angle and you can rotate your right thigh out a little bit if it feels like it gets you good into your hip. Yep. Now, if your back foot leg wants to lift up off the ground, you're welcome to incorporate that. So you'll curl the back toes in, but I want you to feel like you're leading more with your chest. So keep your back leg straight. You're just lifting it up so you're in a full lizard. There you go. Maybe the blocks need to be super high. Maybe your forearm's down on the blocks. It's totally not in the cards for today. You're staying for a few more breaths. Okay, to get out of the pose, steer your right foot forward, okay? Move the blocks out of the way. Plant the palms firm into the mat so your arms are straight. Walk your right hand to the outside of that right foot. Curl the back knee into the up off the mat. And you're gonna extend up and back to a 3-legged down dog. See if you can do it. If your hands are on blocks, it's gonna be easier. Yeah, bend your right knee, open up your hip a little. Yeah. Good. I don't flip the dog, but that would be something that some people would teach right here. If you feel like you want to do it and your lower back is okay. Yeah. Pull it back around, drag your right knee forward to a half pigeon because it's your lucky day. Yes. And then fold. Yeah. Let your head go and just melt. Good. It looks good. Your alignment's spot on. So it's nice and juicy in here. Let your mind and your body just go. Bad water? Was that bad water? Yeah, no good. Too much. Nice. Wonderful. It's a special day. Three more breaths. Bring your torso up, okay? Bring your forearms to the mat. Curl your left toes under and slide back in a forearm plank. You can do it. Forearm plank. Forearm plank. It's a great transition. At least I think it is. Forearm plank. Hold. Forearm plank. Yep, we're still there. Dolphin pose. Yeah. Walk your feet in. Dolphin pose. Wrap your elbows in a little. Yeah. If you go up, you're welcome to go up. If you feel like you're dangerous, do not go up. Yeah. Yeah, maybe just lifting one leg at a time. So the idea of dolphin is like a tighter, more intense down dog on your forearms. Child's pose. Drop to your knees. Slide your hands to the base of your feet. Reach for the base of your feet. Let it go. Yep. Let it go. Let it go. Okay. Slide your arms forward. Press up to dog. Let's finish off the left side nice and strong this morning. We'll get you to your back. Let's step the left foot forward, crescent lunge. You feel like you're never going to survive, but you will. Okay, rise, high lunge. I love a good play on words. Drag the hands to prayer. Lean way out first. Hook the elbow and twist. So now listen, if your back leg feels like it can't support the pose, then drop that back knee down and support the posture. It's all good. Look sideways, look up. Try not to look back in this pose. You want to lean back a little, get the crown of the head with that back right heel. Nice. Couple more. Rip that left hip in, activate that back leg, twist open. Hands to frame your front foot, pause. Okay, bring your hands to the instep of the foot, widen the left foot a little to the left, drop your back knee to start. Drop down to your forearms if that's available, get heavy in that back thigh. Yeah. There's a way that I take this sometimes where my arms stay straight. Kristen, you can maybe play with this. If you have two blocks, the blocks can come a little further out in front of you and the arms will be very active. So it's like down dog arms in a lizard. Turn your left toes out a little. Maybe your left hand encourages that left thigh to kind of open. And you kind of have to pick what works. Maybe you're high up on the block. Maybe you're down on your forearms. Maybe you're on your back thigh. Maybe you're incorporating that back knee up off the ground now. Any of these options are great. Yes. So Jess, try this. Slide the blocks more forward. There you go. Even a little more and then go a little wider with the blocks. Yeah. There you go. So you're creating this like dimension. 3 more, guys. Nice, Pam. So walk it in now, okay? Hands directly underneath the shoulders. Take your left hand to the outside of your left foot and then extend your left leg up and back to a 3-legged down dog. Left leg is in space. Bend your knee, open up your hip a little. Make it feel good. If you did flippy flip, you're welcome to flippy flip this side. If not, just breathe. And then pull it around and drag your left knee to a half pigeon on the left side. Half pigeon. Melt into it. Five more breaths. Doing great. Use the strength of your body, start to come up, lean onto the left side and swing your right leg around. Both legs go forward. Sit up nice and tall, flex your feet. Dandasana. Yeah. We haven't done this in a while. We have to do our block trip. Have you done this? Okay, so hands are by your side body. If you know you have short arms, blocks underneath are helpful, but you're going to need a block over to the right side. So it looks like this. You sit up in your best version of like your mom yelling at you, sit up tall, let your shoulders draw down your back type deal, okay? Draw your belly in. You're nodding your low back. Press firm. Right leg's going to lift up around the block, and you're going to bring it back. Yeah. Over and back. I'll move out of the way now that you know what to do. And go for it. Straight up. Over. Good. And back. Sit up tall. There you go. Over. Sit up taller. Apu. More straight. More straight. More straight. More your dad yelling at you. There you go. Perfect. Flex. Flex that left foot. Yep. So it goes back to the center. 2 more. You got it. 1 more. Back to center. Move the block. To the left side now. Now the block goes to the left side. You sit up very, very tall. Good. Lengthen. And here we go. Zip yourself up and bring it over and back. Over and back. You got it. Perfect. Lift, back, lift, back. 5. You got it. 4, 3, 2. Zip it up. 1 and release. Lay down on your backs. Move your blocks with you. Set up for bridge. Wheel. Any of those. 2 of them. Fingertips skim the backs of your heels. Feet could be on the blocks. Yeah. Nice. Supported shoulder stand. Maybe that's what's calling you today. Feet forward, thighs wrap down and under. Interlace your hands, hugging of the shoulder blades. Exhale the breath lower down. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Final one. Flip your palms if you're ready for a full wheel pose, or repeat. Repeat, okay? Flip the palms, chin to chest, giant breath in. Exhale your breath, and let's lift up. Wherever you are today is where you are. There's no judgment. Good. Lengthen your tailbone. There's space between your thighs and your tailbone. That's what we're looking for. Feet steer forward. Exhale your breath, lower down. Looks good. You have a question? No? Bend your knees back to the floor. Remove the block out. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a big squeeze. And reach for the outer blades of your feet for a happy baby this morning. Pull the knees down around the rib cage. Lengthen your tailbone, soften the shoulders. If you can't reach your feet, you're just going to grab behind your thighs. Yeah, and kind of encourage the movement. Relax the shoulders, relax the head. And then extend the legs out, and here we go. Let's set up for the master pose. This is it, people. The master pose is Shavasana. Shavasana, complete rest. Complete rest. Hardest pose. Close your eyes, exhale the breath. The next 2 minutes, complete stillness. Big full breath in. Loud exhale breath out. Arms reach up over the top of the head. If you prefer to finish your practice laying down, then just ignore me. I take no offense. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And you'll rock yourself up however it feels best for you. Sitting up nice and tall. I always try and keep the eyes closed if it's possible, because you want to milk us. And just feel the effects that this practice creates on your physical, your emotional, your spiritual. Hands come to prayer. Bow your head for a second. Lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste. Job well done. See you next time. Let me know if you have any questions, of course. And that's it. That's all the news fit to print. Hydrate yourselves today. It was definitely a little saucy in here. Okay, that's a good thing. My Zoomers, good job. I'll see you on